All right, kids. Bitcoin coming in at 26,384. We're a little bit down today. Um, I think today's kind of a slower trading day. It's like a Jewish holiday. I know a lot of schools are closed. I think the stock market might be closed today too. I'll have to check. But we're in that range, 26,385. Yeah, we're down a couple $100. Nothing I'd be concerned about. XRP still hanging out at 50 cents. Cardano 24. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you could play my videos for the last year. I mean, it's all the same. Cardano at 25 cents, Dogecoin 6 cents. If Dogecoin gets a pump, it goes up to 8 cents. If Cardano gets a pump, it goes up to 30. Then it goes back down to 25. Same with Solana, between $15 and $20. I mean, it's just Litecoin. I mean, ever since Litecoin had its dump, between $62 and $70, it's like, what the hell? It's so boring. But, of course, we're going to be talking about Bitboy today. The plot thickens. Well, it's really the same old crap. Ben did manage to raise $150,000. I have no idea, exactly who donated. I know a lot of, scammers from Ben Token donated. I mean, you donate to a guy who's wearing a $350,000 Rolex and in a multi-million-dollar mansion. I don't know, man. I just don't get humanity. But you would think he would have gotten a lot more. I think if people respected Ben, he would have gotten a lot more. Now, remember when Ben decided to sue Atozi? I think Atozi got $150,000 in 3 hours. So clear that there's not a lot of respect out there for Bitboy. A couple days ago, Ben made this video. I'm not going to play the whole thing. We'll do some commentary on it. He has taped phone messages or taped phone calls between him and TJ. And of course, according to Ben, it's all a big conspiracy. They basically are trying to steal a company out from under him. Apparently, Ben was having problems with TJ, according to Ben, for a long time. And he was actually thinking about maybe getting rid of him. And if you watch video, if you watch Bitboy channel over the last couple of years, you can kind of see that Ben doesn't have a lot of respect for TJ. I do think Ben's a lot smarter than TJ, even though he has all the substance abuse problems. And I think he was just kind of this guy's really not contributing all that much to the channel. And he was probably regretting giving him a stake in the channel. And according to Ben, the reason all the other guys are conspired against Ben was because he was going to be making some changes, which would probably mean that TJ and Carlos and a lot of these other guys may no longer be part of the brand. So here's a little bit. We'll do some commentary on it. This is kind of an interesting video. It's a long video. We're not going to play the whole thing. Just kind of get into the meat of it.
For 100% is that, I'm being blackmailed and extorted. All of this stuff are threats. These are all threats that have been made towards me. Non-stop. Hold on, let me turn this stupid thing off.
I'm good with tech, guys. Really good with tech.
I don't know how to turn this off. I don't know any threats or extortion. All I know is, from my communication with you, I got backed into a corner where there was really only one option as far as, what we could do legally. And, you were attacking me for weeks.
Really? Okay. So,
the one thing I'm going to say, though, is, if you ever listen he's talking to TJ right now. If you ever listen to TJ on the Bitboy channel, I mean, there's just not much going on there. It's he almost reminds me of if you see the Barbie movie, he's kind of like Ken. I mean, he's just kind of there's just not much in that brain. It's a lot of rambling. It's a lot of just incoherent sentences. So you can kind of tell with Ben going back and forth with TJ that TJ is just kind of full of it. He's trying to play dumb. It sounds like what he's trying to do. I have a little bit of experience with this. I've been a private investigator for 20 years. I've interviewed all sorts of people for insurance fraud cases. I've testified in court, probably thousands of times at this point. Mainly workman's comp court and criminal court as well. And usually when people are backed up against the wall, especially if you're dumb, a lot of dumb people will actually just try to play dumb. Because sometimes playing dumb works. And if you look at this back and forth right here, you'll kind of see that TJ, he basically is just oh, I don't know what's going on. I don't know anything about that. But of course he does. Of course, he's there's 4 guys part of the company and TJ is one of the guys. Of course he knows what's going on. So, that's why you have to take Ben's side on all this, even though Ben's crazy, crackhead, scammer, blah 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 blah. Like it's essentially scammer versus scammer at this point, and you can just tell. You can tell that they try to pull a fast one on Ben. I mean, and then this is my opinion. I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong. But just from me outside looking in, having fun with this, it looks like there was a conspiracy to oust Ben for whatever reason.
Right here, what you're about to see is I'm about to bring up the Telegram AMA, where I called out all the people that were involved in this plot and what they were doing. I clearly say here, I didn't lie. Everything I told was true. And notice, TJ just skips right past that. He doesn't address that at all. Why? Because he knows he can't reference it, because everything that I said in that AMA is true.
I mean, I was going to tag you for weeks. I did one AMA where I said, and you know everything that I said was true. You were lie about anything.
I'm saying you were attacking me.
Oh.
Here, what text over?
It wasn't for.
He's trying right here to make it sound like I've attacked him and I've done all this bad stuff to him. And I'm saying, what are you talking about, TJ? And he just keeps saying the vagueness over and over and over and over again. TJ's now claiming that he wants to go on Altcoin Daily and Cryptos R Us and Crypto Banner, and he wants to go do. And by the way, guys, if you let him on your show, I will never speak to you again. I will never speak to you again if you let TJ on your show. Ever. This man's a liar. He's spreading propaganda. He's tried to destroy my life. And if any of you consider yourselves on any level to be my friend, you will not allow this man on your show. No one will. He cannot be allowed to spew this. He's now claiming I threatened his life and him and his wife are scared. It never happened. Normal people file police reports like me and my wife did when we were threatened by a credible threat, Carlos Diaz, aka Larry Smith. TJ and Allie did not do that. And it's interesting, in this entire call, there's not one mention of me intimidating him or talking about threatening him or where his life is on the line. He's trying to create this general vagueness of attacks. There were attacks. Nothing specific. No evidence.
The whole thing about this, and I've been saying this for like the last couple of weeks, it's so obvious that this TJ and Carlos and all of these guys like have nothing against Bitboy, like no evidence against Ben. Like the things they came up with to try to get him, it's almost like if you work for a job and they're just desperate to get rid of somebody they don't like, but they really don't have a reason why. So they'll basically be like, well, you punched in 5 minutes late. Yeah. You took, you're supposed to take a 30-minute lunch, but you took a 35-minute lunch. Yeah. Like grasping at straws. And we've all been through this before in life. Anybody older than 30 or 40 knows that you can just see that this is like a big, giant conspiracy to get rid of Ben. And I guarantee you with Ben, he seems like a reasonable guy, even though he's like a crackhead. Like, if TJ just came up to him and said, look, I don't think it's working out anymore, let's figure out a way to break this thing off, I'm pretty sure that, like, they probably could have worked something out. But you're seeing typical white trash stuff on both sides. But on the TJ side, the Carlos side, very pussy stuff, too, where they're, like, going behind your back. They're afraid to confront you. When Ben does confront TJ, it's just a bunch of rambling mumbo jumbo. Like, TJ doesn't say anything. Like I don't know if TJ is that dumb. I think he is dumb, but is he really that dumb where, like, he can't talk? Like, nothing comes out. Like Ben will talk for 20 minutes straight and just lay out all the facts, and then TJ will just be like, well, I don't know anything. And he talks very slow, like Forrest Gump. Like, there's something going on here. Like, I don't know. Like, we can all make fun of Ben Armstrong and talk about his substance abuse, but what the hell is this guy TJ on? Is he really just 80 IQ, or is he on something where he can't put out a coherent sentence? So that's what I'd like to know.
No credibility.
Because it was only 7 days from the time for the. Okay, go ahead.
Hey,
You made it very. Sorry.
go ahead, TJ, and then I want to interject something, but go ahead, TJ.
I was just basically. You made it very clear that there was no. You and I were not going.
I want you to hear this, guys. This is the key to really this entire thing.
Right.
TJ did not kick me out of the company because I did anything wrong. TJ's about to explain why he kicked me out of the company. It's because I told him we needed to separate and I was done with him. Meaning, I was telling him, me as 67% owner, I'm kicking you out of the company. And when he realizes that, he says he had no choice but to do what he did. I wanted to separate from him, so when I go out of town, him and Justin Williams and Carlos launched this plan to get rid of me using a clause. It's weird. No one cared about this until I told TJ that he was done.
Very interesting.
We were not moving forward. We were done. We were separating. You made that very clear. And you communicated from the time for the... Okay, go ahead. You know.
Hey,
You made it very... Sorry.
go ahead, TJ, and then I want to interject something, but go ahead, TJ.
All right, I was just... Basically, you made it very clear that there was no... You and I were not going forward. We were not moving forward. We were done. We were separating. You made that very clear. And you communicated with me, you know, like... And I didn't... And you knew that I didn't really want that.
So there you go. You know, like I said, I don't like to take sides on this issue because I feel like, you know, like I said, Ben has done so much damage to the crypto community. I mean, you can watch my videos. I almost feel like weird, like taking his side, but he has taped phone calls. It's clear that TJ thought Ben was going to get rid of him. They have no chemistry on air. In fact, if you actually watch Bitboy crypto videos from like a year ago, they actually stopped doing videos together. It used to be TJ in the corner, and Ben would be like, "Okay, TJ, what are your opinions on this?" And TJ would just be like, "Whoa, oh, that's very interesting." You know, it's like he contributed nothing, and I think Ben kind of saw, you know, being the crazy guy that Ben is, he's probably just like, "Wow, I made these guys 35%. Owner in my company, and the guy contributes absolutely nothing." I mean, like I've been telling you guys, Ben is the talent, and this is no different than when any other talent, you know, you hear the stories about an agent taking advantage of an actor, or like some child actor's kid's parents taking all his money. This is a situation where Ben made a lot of mistakes. I'm not talking about the mistakes scamming people. We've already talked about them. I'm talking about business mistakes where he decided to make his white trash friend and some ex-con named Carlos, I don't fucking know, a part of his business. And that's never going to end poorly. So that's what happened, and you like I said, watch Bitboy over the last year. You'll see they just didn't like each other anymore. And you can just tell Ben was like, "What the fuck did I do?" I mean, like, you know, I'm sure Ben was a total crackhead, doing crazy things in the office. I mean, you know, spending the company money. Well, it's his company. He created the whole thing. You know, it's like working for Walt Disney in the 50s, and the guy's like, well, he's like, Walt Disney's spending all the money. Well, like, yeah, he's Walt Disney. Like, you know, Ben is the Walt Disney of Bitboy. These other guys are complete bores. I've been saying it for 2 years. Watch my video. I'm like, everybody, I've been saying this before any of this happened. Everybody on that Bitboy channel is complete, utter dog shit boring, except for Ben. Yeah, he's a scammer, blah, blah, blah. We know all that. But he's still very interesting. You know, Kevin Trudeau is a guy, the Natural Cures guy. Natural Cures you don't want to know about. Big scammer. I knew he was a scammer from day one. I would watch his infomercial every night. I'd laugh. I'd love it. I even bought the Natural Cures book. Or not the book, the CD. Because I was like, I got to hear it. Like, it's like, I got to hear this thing. There's some good stuff in it. But just because somebody's a scammer doesn't mean they're not entertaining. And that's kind of the way I feel about Ben. But like I've been saying in my previous videos, Ben just got his karma. Like, he's done so much damage in the community, fucked over so many people. Karma found a way to get him, and now he's basically in this big battle. I think at the end of this, I think he's probably going to win, especially with these phone calls. I mean, any judge can look at this and say, well, you created everything. Okay, we'll go back 3 years. Like, you are a Bitboy. You created everything. How are these guys going to try to throw you out? But I think it might take like a year or two for everything to get straightened out. I also think with TJ, you're dealing with somebody not all that smart, and this guy Carlos doesn't seem all that smart either. So I think they're probably going to leave a trail of evidence that just incriminates them. So that's that. I also found this really cool video Upper Echelon, he made a video on Bitboy. I want to play like 5 minutes of it or 3 minutes of it because he really nails it down just how Ben just got completely, the karma just got him for all of his misdeeds. And he just goes over all the scams that Ben was promoting over the years and all that good stuff.
Casing a number of examples where Bitboy Crypto had, shall we say, promoted scam tokens. That thread also revealed how much Bitboy gets paid for advertisements, a whole heck of a lot. Plus, it showcased that Bitboy steals the art for NFT projects, plagiarizes videos, and often deletes sketchy promotions after the fact. That's some really transparent behavior there, Ben. That thread in particular would prove to be a bit of a thorn in Bitboy's side over the next couple of years, but it gets better. See, turns out, well, I'll just play the clip and then say it.
You want to use Celsius, and check out bitboycrypto.com/deals. Got a great deal on Celsius for you. But it's a great way to put your money to work, earn passive income, and it's an especially attractive feature for traders who plan on hodling for the long term. 9,943 of a token we love for this year, FTT. And right now, that is worth $437,000. Secret token. FTT. That is the token of FTX. Sam Bankman-Fried. Everything this man touches turns to gold. I don't know. Moon. I think $40 to $50 is definitely reasonable for Costa. Overall, Terra is crushing it right now. Terra ecosystem is definitely bullish. From this point forward, on this channel, on Bitboy Crypto channel, on the Bitboy Crypto, all of our socials, we are never doing sponsored content again.
Yeah, dude. Celsius went Chapter 11. Alex Mashinsky has been indicted. FTT is the token for FT-X, which misappropriated billions of dollars and is going down in history as one of the world's most egregious cases of fraud ever. He even talks about the Terra ecosystem being bullish, and this one, well, I don't know. That graph sure gets me hyped, and the music is great. Oh, shit. Bitboy developed, with meticulous effort, it would seem, a nearly perfect track record of bad calls. But we're not done. Remember how he said they weren't going to do sponsored content anymore? I can't even keep it together when I read this. Zach XBT came back swinging after Bitboy stated he would give $10,000 if someone could prove that they were running undisclosed promotions, because they never do that. And after he spent like 5 minutes, Zach did, he proved it. Happy ending for this one. He got the $10,000, which is cool, but hopefully everyone can start to see the pattern. Ben Armstrong claimed, quote, "I was shocked, but Justin and DZ made a mistake here. They were surprised also and didn't realize it." Anyway, the fun's just getting started because right around the same time that this happened, Bitboy was on stage at some, shitty crypto conference thing. And when he got confronted by someone in the audience who mentioned Zach XBT and his Twitter thread.
Anyway, so this guy did a really good job. I highly recommend watching this video. Another thing the guy points out in this video, I'm not going to try to find it, but like a year ago, Ben came out and he said his phone was hacked. And during that hack, all sorts of so weird links were posted on his phone of scammers. And a lot of his followers clicked those links and they bought some of these projects and they lost a lot of money. And, Ben came out and said, well, I went to the Verizon store, my phone was hacked, and it was an inside job, blah, blah, blah. But the conspiracy behind that is, did Ben just say his phone was hacked so he could post all these links, and did he get some giant kickback? Like maybe this was all a big scheme. Like, oh, my phone was hacked. I'm going to tell everybody my phone was hacked. I'll post all these scam links, and when the rug pulls happen a day later and everybody loses all their money, I'm just going to say my phone was hacked. Because, I don't know, guys. I've been an investigator for a while. People's phone do get hacked, but usually it's from, scammers in India and stuff like that. It's very rare for, actual Verizon employee. Then he goes into it a little bit deeper, and I think somebody asked him, if it was a Verizon employee, who was it? And he's like, well, they did it anonymously. I don't believe that, guys. Anybody knows you work for a corporation like a Verizon, they know exactly who's doing what. You can't hack a customer's phone and it's we don't know who did it. No, you got to have password. You're on their network. There's cameras. So he made a very good point on this one. I'm not going to find it. I pretty much just summed it up. But I don't know. My point is, I don't want people to think I'm taking Ben's side. I'm taking Ben's side because it's fun. Where essentially it's like if Saddam Hussein and Adolf Hitler were in like a lawsuit between each other, and like it's fun to watch it. You're watching it on TV and you're picking sides over like who's going to win the lawsuit or who like screwed the other person. Like it doesn't mean you like any of these people. It just like, yeah, you might not like them, but somebody was the dirty one, in the lawsuit. Somebody did something dirty to make all this stuff happen. And in Ben's case, I think it was the other side that screwed him. But like I said, karma will catch up with you, and I think that's what it all comes down to. And I think these other guys, eventually, I think he's going to win this lawsuit, and I think they're going to end up working back at the gas station. I actually think Ben is going to get a giant payout for damages and everything that's gone on. It might take a couple years, but how can you, he's the creator of the company, and it's obvious what they're doing. And once a judge gets in there and actually investigates it, I don't know, guys. I just feel like Ben's going to absolutely kill it on this one, and he'll still end up broke and destitute. He'll take any money he made and do something stupid, and the SEC will come after him, and like I said, he'll go back to promoting Ben Token. He's actually was talking about Ben Token just the other day. He's going to do something stupid, but I'm talking about for this actual litigation and lawsuit. I think Ben's going to kill it on it, and I with these tape calls, I just don't see it not happening. All right, is there anything else that I have not discussed? We talked about Bitboy raising money. Oh, a little bit of Bitcoin news. We don't want, I don't want to keep these videos 100% Bitboy, even though it's fascinating. Leaked Microsoft documents posted to the Resteria Gaming Forum this week showed an Xbox roadmap from May 2022 that includes support for crypto wallets. This massive leak was blamed on documents related to the Federal Trade Commission lawsuit to block Microsoft's $69 billion bid for Activision Blizzard being uploaded. Several documents submitted in the court proceeding related to our proposal acquisition of Activision Blizzard were unintentionally disclosed, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, they got some internal documents that were not supposed to be put out there, and it looks like Microsoft is planning to support crypto wallets and Bitcoin and all that good stuff in the coming years. So this kind of goes back to what I've been telling you guys. Like I 100% believe that as we go into that bull market in 6 months or a year, whenever April is the happening, and a few months after that, we should be in a full-blown bull market. I totally believe that this is all planned out and that the Bitcoin ETF is going to absolutely get approved. Because think about it, guys. If the Bitcoin ETF gets approved right now, you will see a giant pump in Bitcoin, but then we're going to go right back down. We might go from 30,000 to 50,000 and then back down to 30. Because in a bear market, the pumps just don't last. It's kind of like that XRP pump. It's like you get a pump, but it doesn't last. If you get some sort of ETF news, like during the bull market or going into the bull market, you're going to see Bitcoin go to $100,000, and it's going to stay at $100,000 for a year, and it's going to be just pump into like $150,000, back down to $100,000, back up to $150,000. It'll be crazy. And I believe the powers that be who control all this stuff, BlackRock, we know they're the most powerful organization. They own almost everything, that they're coordinating with the SEC. And a lot of people are going to make a lot of money, a lot of very rich people. And what you guys need to be doing as regular retail investors, we're just all regular investors right here, including myself, is to follow the money and follow what they're doing. So I believe we're going to get a Bitcoin ETF approval going into the bull market, no question about it. And I think that's going to propel Bitcoin to $120,000, $150,000. But I also think at that same exact time, you're going to see Apple, Microsoft, and you already see that in these leaked documents. They're going to be supporting Bitcoin and crypto wallets as well. And this might be one of the biggest crypto bull runs we've ever had. I think this is going to be the last crypto bull run we ever get. I think this is going to be the biggest one we've ever had. Not including like the ones like from 10 years ago where, Bitcoin goes from 2 cents to $150. That's pretty crazy. But I think this is going to be one of the biggest ones as far as making just millions and making millionaires. People who have bought MicroStrategy stock, Coinbase stock, GBTC, Bitcoin, Cardano, you're going to see absolutely killing it. But the problem is, once everybody gets in the crypto, which will be in the next couple of years, because this next bull market is going to bring everybody in the crypto. And I just think the ROI after that isn't going to be as good. I think you know, a lot of people say, oh, Bitcoin's going to go to $1 million. I don't think so. I think Bitcoin's going to pump to $150,000, maybe that. And then maybe the bull market after that would go to like $180,000. I just don't think Bitcoin can just keep doubling and tripling and quadrupling every couple years. Same with coins like Cardano, Ethereum. I just think this is it. This is the time to be in. If you're not buying Bitcoin this year in preparation for this upcoming bull market, I think you're going to be like, shoot, you really are going to be pissed off. You're going to shoot yourself in the foot. So that's it. Everything's looking great. Let's take one more good look at these markets. 26,400. There's nothing to talk about. The only thing to really talk about is Bitcoin and that Microsoft news, which we can have already assumed that companies are going to be accepting crypto. Guys, we only got a few more months until we're in 2024. 2024 is the year of the halvening, so now is not the time to be crying, bored. Just enjoy the Bitboy news. Whenever you get some extra money, buy some Cardano and Bitcoin and MicroStrategy stock. And you know, really by this time next year, it should be a whole different ball game. I mean, really, honestly, by the halvening, you should feel the energy coming back in, and then we're gonna have a full solid year. Once we go into that bull market, we're gonna have a full solid year of bull market. And I hope you guys are watching this channel. We're not gonna make any stupid mistakes. 90% of the YouTubers you watched last bull market, they didn't tell you when to sell. They held right back into the bear market. They got caught up in the hype. We're not going to do that on this channel. We're going to be selling Cardano at $3, half of our Cardano, and then we're going to be selling in increments. You know, every 20% after that, we're going to be selling. We're going to be selling our Bitcoin at $60,000, $80,000, $100,000. We're not holding for like $1 million. You know, what else do we hold? Litecoin, we're not going to be waiting for a $10,000 Litecoin. Once Litecoin gets up to $300, we're going to be slowly coming out of it. So we're not going to make any of the mistakes on this channel that the big YouTubers make, because for them, prolonging the bull market makes them money. Remember, none of these big YouTubers make any money in crypto, trading crypto, buying crypto. They make their money in promoting the hype. Every day they go on their channel and they say, how many views do I have? And they will say anything to get them more views. But on this channel, we don't care about any of that. I already have a full-time job, or you know, whatever. I run my own business, and I got my Airbnb and my rental property. And like, I really could care less if I get 2 views or 100 views or 500 views. I really don't even care, because I kind of just do this for myself, and I'm kind of making these videos to document my progress, because in the next year or two, I think I'm going to have a pretty good track record of YouTube videos that I can kind of put in the vault for history and show people, show my kids, show family, show whoever, you know, I was right on this crypto stuff, and, you know, now I never have to work again. And that's kind of where I want to be in the next couple years. And I'll have YouTube videos to prove it, because I'm just, you know, I'm a narcissist little prick like that. And, I like to be able to rub stuff in people's faces, and honestly, that's the main reason I created this YouTube channel. I don't care about views. I don't expect to make a dime on this channel. I just kind of do it for fun. All right, like and subscribe. Talk to you later.